Alrighty, welcome to another 4-on-4 cube draft. Ooh, and I've got myself a Mox Jet. Love that first pick. I am passing to Sandy Dog, and I'm unfortunately kind of hooking my teammate. So it's myself, Talisker, Updraft Elemental, and Tobias battling against Perks Alert, Nav, Sandy Dog, and Timrod. Timrod's actually one of the founders of the server, so props to him. I know that Sandy Dog's going to take Comet, almost assuredly. He thinks Comet is amazing. He actually took Comet over Orcish Bowmasters, pick one, pack one, though we generally told him we don't think he should do that. But the point remains, the dog loves the dog and loves Boros, which unfortunately means Updraft Elemental is going to take Fury and kind of be cut a little bit, but, you know, there's a chance Timrod takes Lelia, the pick after that, actually. So, who knows? Either way, I'm going to take Mox Jet. That's a forced move, so I'm not really stressing about that. And as of note, we're drafting my cube. We've been doing that a good amount, and it's been fun. It's basically elements of all the cubes I've played kind of coalesced into one, and a lot of constant updates. So like in the most recent batch of changes, I basically cut all the cards I see go last pick over and over again and replace them. Actually, Chandra is on the chopping block. So is Courser of Crewfix, to be honest. I think Courser's past its prime. In any case, are we going to take Counterspell? Are we going to take Shallow Grave? Are we going to take Balance? Are we going to take Palace Jailer? We just passed Sandy a Comet, so taking Palace Jailer seems like it makes sense. If I take Palace Jailer out of this pack, Sandy's going to have to take Balance, Counterspell, Shallow Grave, or Virtue of Loyalty. Maybe there's nothing else really even. So I think I just try to cut Sandy here. It's the best thing to do. Like, this is the best card in the pack, and it's going to go straight into his deck. This doesn't leave him with anything all that great. Not that I really wanted to follow up Mox Jet with a white card, but here I can just take Teferi and be pretty happy too. Spellbook Vendor's been a recent add. 2-mana 2/2 Vigilance, and at the beginning of combat you can pay 1 to put a sorcerer roll on a creature, which is +1/+1, and when this attacks, scry 1. So it's like a Luminarch Aspirant that scries, but it also does require mana. So it's a lot worse than Luminarch Aspirant, but it's been okay. There's Badlands. Celestial Colonnade's also great. Honestly, it's almost as close as Teferi as white cards, but I think I will take Teferi past Sandy's Spellbook Vendor and Resto Angel, Wandering Emperor, all those. I just think Teferi is a very good card. Oh, now there's a One Ring? Wow, and a Narset and a Reprieve and a Thalia. So I'm going to take the One Ring past Sandy, a Thalia, and a Reprieve. I mean, if I wanted to be really savage, I could take Thalia here, but I don't think I should take Thalia over One Ring. I think One Ring is very good. It's not like passing Sandy One Ring is going to be something that I'm happy about anyway, and the One Ring looks a lot better for my deck right now. Wow. And then there's now an Underworld Breach, and a Teferi's Puzzle Box, a Snuff Out. Snuff Out and the One Ring are actually not that great of a combo, because paying 4 life isn't really what you want to do. I could spec on Breach. This is a 5th pick Breach. I could take the Snuff Out or the Life Death, Brazen Borrower. No, let's just spec on Breach. Having the One Ring and Teferi, those cards are also pretty good in Breach-style decks. This pack has an Arc Trail, a Coalition Relic, Sword of the Meek, Gut True Soul Zealot, which I have used and is very good in the right deck. This does not look like the deck for it right now. Honestly, as much as I hate the card, this might be a time for a Coalition Relic. I don't really know which direction I'm going. I've got Black Mox. I've got blue, white, and red cards. Yeah, I like Relic in some situations. This is one of them. All right, and this pack has, well, I'm not really that into Char, but I'm pretty into Talisman of Creativity. Turbot, a One Ring, or a Palace Jailer. It's a blue-red fixer, which I might need. Don't really care about Deceiver Exarch either. All right. This is a solid start here. Whoa. Dog just ran down here like, I don't know what's going on there, but the dog just was going crazy. Good for you, dog. Good for you. All right, and this pack has, there's Thought Monitor. We actually are kind of getting up on artifacts, but honestly, I'd rather just take Pirate Spellbomb at that point. I like Pirate Spellbomb a lot. It's got some good combos. It's a cheap artifact. I don't think Talisman of Indulgence is quite as interesting. And I've done a pretty good job of not passing Sandy anything, to be fair. Oh, so this pack has Cryptic and Daze. Those are both decent. Portal of Phyrexia is also a pretty nice spec if you get Tinker. Zurin Orb is also a card I don't mind. Actually, I would like kind of all of these cards. I don't really know what to take here, honestly. I think I might take Daze, but I don't even have that many blue cards. maybe I just spec on Portal. All right, I'll just take Portal. No one's taken Tinker is my assumption, and maybe Portal ends up being awesome. Chandra, I kind of am ramping. There's a bunch of green cards. I don't think I really want any of those, and I don't think I'm that likely to high tide. So I'll take another expensive card here in Chandra, and then here, speaking of cards that need to get cut, I think Steel Overseer's on its way out too. Bloodthirsty Adversary is the best red-white card here. Let's just take that. No, let's just take Sheoldbreaker. That's fine too. And here, okay, here I think I actually will take Nettle Cyst over Wrath of God. I mean, Wrath One Ring is pretty good. I don't have to be this artifact deck. Actually, yeah, I'm going to take Wrath of God. I have Palace Jailer, because One Ring sets up Wrath perfectly. Now, easy Memory Jar. Oh, and Green-White Talisman, sure, why not? All right, last pick, Cabal Ritual. So this deck is looking like maybe like a Jeskai control deck, honestly. If you ignore the Underworld Breach, this is just a Jeskai control deck through and through. And it's got some talismans. It's got a Teferi. It's got the base such that if I see an Urza or Academy, I can just take it and go into artifacts. Yeah, if I should be so lucky. Or there's a Jace. Jace is actually kind of perfect too. I do like Steam Vents, but I have these talismans. I have a Mox. I have a Coalition Relic. I feel like Jace with Wrath, Teferi, One Ring is kind of what I want to do. It's not a dream first pick, trust me. I would be pretty unhappy to be first picking a Jace, especially since I'm sending from the Catacombs back to Nav and black got pretty cut, but I think Jace is the pick for me here. And then there's Marsh Flats, which is good, but there's also Force of Negation. Force of Negation is fantastic with One Ring and Jace. I don't have much blue, but I bet I can... Oh, never... I think it's the muted colors on Bowmasters. I'm going to take the Orcish Bowmasters here, guaranteed. But I never see them initially. Sorry to everyone who's like, what? The Bowmasters? Well, I saw the Bowmasters, don't worry. There's 2 fetches that are going to be gone. Yeah, nothing's coming back that's that interesting. But I have a Memory Jar. I even have a Mox Jet, so I can cast my Orcish Bowmasters here. I'm not shipping that one, that's for sure. Oh, there's Flash and Archon. There's also Pest Infestation, too, and a Fetch Land, and a Xander's Lounge. It's a pretty good pack. Don't think I'm in a spot to really take Archon. I could take Flash and hope in pack 3 I get stuff for Flash. I don't think Nav is green. We got that really late pack with all green cards, so I think I'm gonna pass Archon to Nav, who's probably playing Reanimator, or at least some kind of black deck, which often has that aspect. They'll take Archon, and then Talisker maybe gets Pest Infestation. Talisker's always playing 5 colors, so I'll take Flash here. That's fine. We also, of note, haven't seen... I don't believe we've seen Worldspine Worm or Triplicate Titan, so we've got some Flash outs. Okay, here... Knight's Whisper. If I'm playing the Bowmasters, I'm a little more likely to play Knight's Whisper. I could also take... Spar's Headquarters is kind of a bad fetch land for me. It's white-blue, which is nice, but green is... Or tri-land, rather, but green is kind of weak. Tons of white cards in this pack. I wonder if Sandy ended up dodging. He had to have taken the Comet, though, is the thing. I'll just take the land, though. Knight's Whisper seems like kind of a mid card. And then here, there's an Aragorn. There's also like a Stern Scolding. Aragorn is a strong card. I don't think I want to take City of Traders here. I mean, City of Traders actually isn't bad in this deck, but it's kind of a weaker card than Aragorn. I feel like I could take Aragorn here and pass on City of Traders, Stern Scolding, Prismatic Ending. These are all a little bit weaker. So I'm kind of like 4 colors, no green, which is why taking the green Triumph is a little annoying. But I feel like we've got something going. I don't know about this Breach. I guess maybe we just have Aragorn as red or something along those lines. Also remember we have a Portal to Phyrexia, so if we see a Tinker, we can nab that one. I don't like this because the best card in this pack is Dark Ritual, and I'm pretty sure I'm passing to a black player, but I do have a Cabal Ritual. I wonder, can I take the Dark Ritual and use Dark Ritual plus Cabal Ritual for something? What else would I take if I weren't taking Dark Ritual? I mean, I guess I'd take Lotus Field, which just seems kind of weak. I'll just take Dark Ritual. It's the best card. I don't mind just taking it. I don't know that I'm going to necessarily play it, but it's not actually 0%. Dark Ritual One Ring is pretty good. This pack has a Git Probe, a Leyline Binding, Sylvan Caryatid, Armageddon, Stomping Ground. I'm just going to take the Probe. I don't know. It's good with Underworld Breach. I don't think Underworld Breach is getting there. Wow, late Broadside Bombardier. So this is 3 mana, 2/2 Menace Haste. And when it attacks, you can sack another creature artifact to deal damage equal to 2 plus the mana cost to any target. So this card's actually really sick, which makes it less likely, in my opinion, that Sandy is playing red-white. Maybe he dodged somehow, but that's fine. I could take Karn here. Karn seems okay. I could also take Through the Breach in case this flash pans out, or I could just take Ballista because Ballista's a fine card. There's also Mystic Forge. I don't really like Mystic Forge here. Let's just take Walking Ballista. It's just a fine card. Oh, that's a late Skydiver. Oh, a Rafine's Tower. I gotta take Rafine's Tower. This is an actual tri-land for me, which is pretty important. I don't think I need Temple Garden, but Mindstone seems fine. There's also Portable Hole, because I think I'm going to be playing a decent amount of white. I don't think I want Goldspan Dragon. I already have some talismans. Let's just take Portable Hole. And then this pack, Imperial Seal came back, which is interesting. I mean, I could be Esper, and maybe I don't play the Aragorn or the Breach. I'm just Esper here. Imperial Seal helps if Flash works out. Yeah, I don't mind giving up a Grist or Haywire Might. Murderous Cut, that's all fine. I guess I'll take Sarah Paragon. I don't really think I'm going to play Sarah Paragon, but it's actually not 0, whereas Sanguine Evangelist and Renegade Rallier don't seem like they're very likely. Oh, wow, City Trader's Wield. All right, well, I'll take it then. And Lotus Field Wield. Okay, I'll take that too. With Breach, I'm already kind of looking for Frantic Search, so Lotus Field Frantic Search is nice. All right, what a weird pack too. It wasn't that good, but I did get past a Bowmasters, and I picked up a Flash, which could be great at some point here. Otherwise, I didn't get too much. I guess Rafine's Tower is also pretty good. So, all right, well, we'll see how this develops. We have a lot of ways we could go. Like, if you want to look at our combo cards, we have Flash, we have Underworld Breach, Imperial Seal will support any combo we have. We have Bowmasters plus Jar. Like, we have a bunch of different combo element cards here. We just aren't in a place to know, ooh, Psy? All right. Not 0% I get Psy in there. Also, at this point, I think I'm going to get Dark Ritual in. All right, let's get some action here. What do we got? Oh, Hullbreacher. That's action. Now I have a plan. I have a Memory Jar, which I took, kind of for free in pack 1. I don't love passing Preordainer Memory Lamps. You don't see me pass those very often. But, ooh, there's Candelabra to come back for Lotus Field and City Traders. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6, 7. There's Scholar, Blightsteals. Yeah, pretty good chance that I get Candelabra back, I would say. All right, I don't know about these white cards necessarily, but I think Teferi, Wrath, Palace Jailer are probably good enough. Sarah Paragon, maybe not. Flash and Breach we'll leave up here for the moment. We'll see. Oh, there's Tellurian Academy. Yeah, we're ready for this. We actually are. We've got Walking Ballista, Mox, Portable Hole, Pyrite Spellbomb, 2 Talismans, Coalition Relic. We have a Psy. All right. Yeah, I'm taking Academy over Feywild Caretaker. It's just a decent 5-drop, but Academy has the opportunity to be awesome. The only thing that is unfortunate is Nav might not let me wheel Candelabra. I don't know how up Nav is on the fact that I would slam Academy, then slam Candelabra. Okay, so we've got a nice Esper deck going here with Underworld Breach looking not very likely, and honestly right now Flash isn't in either, but that could change. Nav does not know I got Flash, though I am going to slam Time Spiral here. There's a Tali also, but Time Spiral with a Hullbreacher or Bowmasters plus Academy, obviously you just take Time Spiral. Don't think I'm going to get Chromatic Star back, but maybe I'll get Blue-Black Talisman if we're real lucky. All right, well, this deck got a direction, and that direction is good. I'm going to take the Flash out for the moment. I actually kind of think I want both Dark and Cabal Rituals now. We'll see. But getting to Ritual out a draw 7 after I slam Sheoldred. Okay, now I have triple draw 7 Punishers and double draw 7 right now. All right, well, sorry, Arid Mesa and Library, but easy Sheoldred there. And honestly, there's a chance I just cut the white cards. We'll see where we end up. I don't like cutting Portable Hole, but being a straight blue-black deck has some appeal. Here we've got Hymn to Turok, Dismember, I guess Black-White Land, but I'm not going to do that. Court of Garenbrig's good, but I'm not into that. I mean, I do like him, but I think Dismember works better for this deck. creature interaction versus like making them discard when I have a bunch of draw 7 effects doesn't seem that good. Let's just take Dismember here. All right, that was pick 5. So we're probably not using Flash at this point. That Atali was like our last chance to do that. It's funny I ended up maybe not playing white. I mean, I do think I want Teferi in the deck because I have 3, potentially 4 white sources. Oh, there's World Spine. I like Vamp, but World Spine Flash is so good, and I already have Imperial Seal, so this is an easy World Spine, and now all our combos have come together. The only thing we're short on is Academy, but if we spend a couple more picks this pack getting some cheap artifacts, like if we wheel Candelabra and Chromatic Star, then we're already in great shape. Because I think it's a pretty good chance over the next 2 packs I haven't seen, plus the wheels that I pick up maybe 3 artifacts. So if I get 4 artifacts, then the deck is a banger. If I get 3, I still might be Academying. This deck turned out really good, I think. Oh, and there's Mox Opal. I mean, there's also Grim Monolith, but I have a bunch of 2s already. Mox Opal's great with Sai. Sail into the West doesn't combo with all the draw 7 punishers. They just choose not to draw. All right, I'm going to take Mox Opal. I think I might try to get Portable Hole in there at this point too. Unfortunately, not Portal to Phyrexia. We're not doing that. But right now, this would leave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artifacts plus 1 ring and Memory Jar. And then Sai doesn't really count towards that either. All right, it's going to be important to see what, in terms of artifacts, wheels here, because I really need this Candelabra to wheel. Well, I would like it to wheel. If I don't get it, I don't get it. But this Breach ended up not panning out either, but that's okay too. Well, it's not an artifact, but getting a Watery Grave is very, very good. So I'm happy enough with that. Okay, Candelabra time. Let's go. Let's go. How much does the opposing team care about hate drafting is kind of where it comes down to, because I think if people were just taking cards for their deck, Candelabra would always wheel, because I'm clearly the only person who could play it. But it's possible Nav could hate, and it did not. Oh, slamming the Candelabra. Yeah, easy Candelabra. And then I don't think Chromatic Star is supposed to wheel. That card I think is generally kind of good. There's just a lot of decks that don't mind spending 1 mana for a bit of fixing, except, fills your graveyard, gets you some card draw. Like, it churns through your deck. It makes your deck a little smaller. And if you have color issues, that works too. I'm not saying it can't wheel. I'm just saying, like, Candelabra would have been a hate draft if it didn't wheel. Chromatic Star, someone could want it for their deck. All right, and they did. So now, I still think I want an artifact, and I actually think I want Talisman over Consider or Revoker or Batterskull. Passing Sandy a late Mana Tithe, but I mean, Talismans are fine with all the stuff that I've got going on. I don't really need Consider too much. Oh, Cabal Ritual's out though. Okay, so this is currently 15 lands plus Mox. Okay, Talisman also. Yeah, I don't think Bolas's Citadel or Otawara is really good for me. So this is playing the Portable Hole, which I'm not 100% sure on. Can't cut any of the creatures. I guess I could cut a Talisman if I wanted to. I'll just hate the Conscripts. I need to cut Ash Barrens. That card has not been pulling its weight. I'm going to hate the K Command, which I at some point could even potentially play, though I guess my mana is really not even there for K Command, except for like a Talisman. So this is currently a few cards over. Oh, wow. Creeping Tar Pit, too. Nice. That was nice. Now I have 3 blue-black lands. All right. This deck actually really came together. So let's take a look and build it. All right. So I do have to cut some cards. It's probably going to be Portable Hole ultimately, because if we look at the deck, we have a lot of Talismans. This is a Slacks level of Talismans. That man plays more Talismans than I've ever seen in my life. So currently, yeah, let's just cut Portable Hole at the top, because I think playing Teferi off of Rafine's Tower, Lotus Field, Spara's Headquarters, Coalition Relic, Mox Opal, and Talisman of Unity is fine. Though I might actually cut Teferi, we'll see. I think cutting a 1-mana white card, which I'm not going to basically even impossible even to play on turn 1, seems like it makes sense. How many artifacts is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus a Sai making tokens. Yeah, that's good enough. Because I think Lotus Field and Academy and City Traders having 3 things for Candelabra is pretty nice. And not a single artifact in the sideboard that doesn't cost 9 mana. Of course, bunch of red cards I don't want. I don't think I want Wrath, Jailer, Paragon. I think I can just be blue-black. I mean, this isn't even, like, I don't even have to cut too much more. Though, it's possible I just cut this Teferi. Because then I can also cut Spar's Headquarters. And maybe just be blue-black. These are all blue-black lands. Well, I mean, I guess Academy and City Traders aren't, but... Because if I do that... Basically, I don't want to cut Dark Ritual. I've got multiple things that are just great to Dark Ritual out. Time Spiral Jar included. I don't want to cut Flash. I think Flash Worm in a draw 7 deck with an Imperial Seal is good. And I don't want to cut any artifacts. I could cut a Talisman, I suppose. Like, what's the weakest Talisman? If I'm playing Teferi, I guess I would cut one. Just any of the blue ones or any of the blue-red or blue-green are the same. Blue-black obviously is good. What if I just cut the Teferi, though? Teferi is pretty nice, because this leaves me 16 land plus Mox Jet, Mox Opal, which I think is fine with Probe and Ritual. If I didn't cut Teferi, I would be cutting a Talisman. I think Talismans are pretty good in this deck. Let's just do that, and then we can play like 5 islands and 5 swamps, because this leaves us 5 black, 6 black, 7, 8, 9 black plus Lotus Field and Mox Opal and Talisman. Okay. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like a million blue. All right. Yeah, this looks good. The mana is actually good. And the card quality is good. Yeah, this deck looks great to me. Let's see how it does. All right, let's take a look at what my team's got. This is Tobias Zurg's deck. It is a Strip Mine, Ramanop deck, Ren and 6, like that. Elvish Reclaimer to go get Strip Mine, Titania. Titania is why he's going to play Zeranorb, because he doesn't have the fast bond, sadly. But also a bunch of ones, Hex Drinker, and then Delighted Halfling, Exploration Noble, Ancestral Recall, like that. Narset, Minsk and Boo, Upheaval. Yeah, this deck looks good. A lot of fixing, Uro. Looks like a good deck. Taliskers on blue-red, or rather red-white splash Time Walk and Prismari Command and Teferi off of excellent mana. I mean, gotta hand it to you, Talisker. Polluted Delta, Sacred Foundry, Steam Vents, Tundra, Wooded Foothills, Fiery Islet, and a Planecycler. In fact, Talisker's got Mana Drain, Force Negation, Brainstorm that we talked during deck building, and it's going to start something like this, but we'll probably side in these blue cards against combo. Getting 2 counters is really nice, and his mana can support it. And then this is Updraft Elementals deck. It's got decent mana as well, but this is like blue, white, red. It does have Comet and 4th Earlingus, so we dug into it, and Sandy took Fury over Comet. So he must have first picked a really good like blue card or something is my guess. All right, on to round 1, playing against Nav, and yeah, I mean, this hand is not amazing. Obviously, having no black mana is a little bit tough, but I do think that this hand with a Probe, a Talisman, and a Pyrite Spellbomb is decent enough. Let's see what we've got. Oh, there's an Academy. Swords to Plowshares, Mishra's Bauble. So playing against mono white. I even have the one Talisman I can use to use the Spellbomb, which is funny. Bauble. Gonna bauble me. Hope they see a flash, because that means I'm drawing flash. Swords to Plowshares gets my Sheoldred, so I gotta watch out for that. Probably play Benevolent Bodyguard here is my guess. So this gives target creature protection from the color of your choice. All right, well, let's draw not a land, hopefully, and if it is a swamp, all right, well, that's okay too. So let's just play this. I don't know that I want to crack. Should I crack Spellbomb is kind of the question. I don't know. I don't want to hit the Benevolent Bodyguard right now. I don't think. Oh, this is a swamp too, by the way. Okay, let's just take my turn, see what we draw. Oh, Sai is a nice draw. So let's go Sai. Sai's going to get Swords to Plowshares here, but I think that is something I am just okay with, because I'm going to go Academy, cast Talisman. And despite sacking Pyrite Spellbomb costing me mana because Academy is going away, I think I have enough artifacts in play that I can live with that. Because drawing a black would be nice. Oh, they have Bitter Triumph instead. of using Swords to Plowshares. Sure, that's fine too. No reason to sack the Spellbomb now. I'm playing against black. They could have hand disruption. What I would really like to draw is a draw 7. And I would still have enough mana for Time Spiral, even if I sack this Pyrite Spellbomb. Though if the Benevolent Bodyguard attacks and I block, that wouldn't be the case. But I think that I will take that trade anyway. Okay, main phase Cathar Commando. Oh, it looks like the red man is more important to me. Is he just going to kill the... Yeah, that's actually really funny. Let's wait on the Pyrite, because if I draw exactly Time Spiral, I'd rather just cast it. Oh, huh. Well, that's nice. I'm going to sack this for 3 blue, and then I'm going to sack this to draw a card. Because if I draw a Swamp here, I could play Sheoldred. Island is so bad there. All right, well, let's just pass. Actually, let's attack for 1. Well, we're going to flash in World Spine, so I would much rather just get to block this Benevolent Bodyguard. I'll take the free real estate. Can't stop the flash World Spine combo with Swords to Plowshares. You can kill one of the worms, but that is it. Okay, flash. If a bunch of cards I don't know. Flash World Spine. Doo-doo. And then I'm going to triple block because of swords. And because there's no drawback to doing so. And then Nameless is going to have to deal with 3 5/5 worms. Actually, I technically have lethal in play, though I know that they can deal with at least 1 with Swords to Plowshares. All right. No plays. Draw. Not Island. That's all I ask. I mean, I can still cast Time Spiral here. Academy taps for 2. All right. Swamp's actually fine, because now I'm going to attack with everything. I assume one of the worms is going to get swords. Yeah. And then you take 11 going down to 5, and then I go Swamp Sheoldred, and that basically ends the game. Pirate Spellbomb made it so the blue-red talisman took the fall for the black-red one, or the black-blue one, and this, I assume, is game 1. Yep, that it is. All right, sideboarding against black-white. So this is the sort of thing where, like, Wrath, Palace, Jailer, Portable Hole could be something. I put a bunch of planes in my sideboard, but I like Sheoldred Bowmasters, Dark Ritual. All these cards seem fine. I don't see a strong need for Teferi. So I think we're good the way we are. All right, time for game 2. I think this is a keepable hand. This hand could use a little bit of help. Basically, this hand doesn't have black mana, but Mox Opal will eventually get there, and especially since I have Sai into Opal as a play, that's pretty nice. Nameless's deck looked not super fast. Oh, Talisman's really nice. How greedy do I want to get here? Let's play City of Traders in order to play Time Spiral. That seems like the place to save City of Traders for. And if I'm playing against black-white removal, Swords to Plowshares, Bitter Reunion, all that, then I don't mind taking it a little slower here. So let's go land, Talisman. Then I'm going to pass the turn. I'm not going to play the Candelabra here, because Candelabra was actually a nice draw, because now hopefully this is just a tap land and not a Cathar Commando, but we'll see. No, it looks like, oh, nothing still. Okay. Marsh Flats is just as Garfield intended. Gets a plains or a swamp in your black-white deck. Pretty solid. That's what the fetch lands did for a long time. So next turn, I would like to draw a land that is not City of Traders. That would be a nice thing to draw this turn, but if that's not the case, that's not the case. Well, Lauren's going to be good against me no matter what. Oh, Swamp is nice. So let's go Swamp, Sai, Mox Opal. I don't get a chance to play Candelabra here, but now next turn, I can... If I draw Academy, can I play Sheoldred plus Time Spiral? I actually think I can. Yeah, it wouldn't even be that hard. Though I guess I'm not surprised that Sai is dying here. They should definitely attack with Lauren. I have a Mox Opal out and only one other artifact. All right, well, let's just go... Hold on. We can do this better. Sheoldred. I guess if they kill I play Candelabra. If they killed the Thopter token in response, that would have been sick, but then they'd be using a removal spell on a Thopter. I feel like Sheoldred's going to get Swords to Plowshares here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. If you're using Lauren, that's not the case. I'm just not going to attack, because I think that if they kill Sheoldred, I will have not wanted to trade 1 for 2. And then next turn, if Sheoldred doesn't die, I just win off Time Spiral. And Sheoldred didn't die yet, so that means no instants are killing it. Unless they do something right now. But I'm feeling pretty good about Time Spiral, even if Sheoldred doesn't die. Or does die. And if Sheoldred doesn't die, I just straight up win. That's obviously just win the game right away. But I would have been shocked if that was the case. Do I want to get a swamp? I actually think I still just want to get an island at this point. So they must have drawn Path for their draw step. Otherwise, you would have killed it on upkeep. Unless you just didn't have an upkeep stop, which is also fine. Oh, yeah, there's no real point in playing... hold on, let's do it this way in case of reprieve, I guess. In playing Time Spiral, when I could just play Jace, I'm not really under any pressure. Let's draw some cards. That's not crazy good. Let's see. I'm trying to think what card... I'm going to put Time Spiral so it's the top card of my deck. I guess actually what I can do is I can go Time Spiral, City of Traders, play Rafine's Tower, play Pyrite Spellbomb, and then pass the turn. I kind of want to Time Spiral second. What I'm worried about is my Time Spiral getting discarded, and if they use Lauren end of turn, which they kind of should. If you're not doing anything and you're losing to Jace, you got to try to change something up. This way I don't draw Time Spiral right away. They'd have to use Lauren twice for me to draw Spiral and have it be vulnerable to a discard spell. Oh, interesting. No usage of Lauren. So that means you got to have something this turn. Otherwise, you're just letting me Jace with impunity, which is kind of strange. Attacking Jace. Okay, I'll block with my Thopter. That's fine too. Okay, we both draw. That's also fine. Wandering Emperor? No, I think Talisker has that actually. So, yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to have something here. Otherwise, they're losing. I mean, they're just gonna lose to Jace. Won't even take the Time Spiral. Palantir of Orthanc. That is not really gonna do it. They don't even look like that high of a curve deck. Maybe there's some reanimate. Oh, they have a Archon in their deck. They are a reanimator of some kind, maybe. But the question now is, do I have them draw, or am I going to cast Time Spiral? Let's see. Show game log. 2 on top. Yeah, I think I am going to Spiral at this point. I have 5 cards in hand now. Draw Time Spiral. Cast Dark Ritual. I'll give up my Academy mana here and just cast Time Spiral here. Or rather, giving up the opportunity to play Academy as my land drop this turn, I think is fine. Do they have Reprieve? Cathar Commando? They have some kind of instant, maybe. I mean, they can't really kill Jace right now, just because if they had a spell that could kill Jace, why didn't they already do it? So, let's draw. Untap. Alright, it's got the One Ring in it. That's good enough. Let's brainstorm with Jace first before we do anything else. There's the Academy that I'm not going to need right now. Well, I'm going to be able to play the biggest Ballista in the world next turn. Let's put Walking Ballista on top. I guess it doesn't matter actually where I put it, because I'm going to play the One Ring here. Now, if you want to do something, you got to do it in response. Play Coalition Relic. Talisman. I think I might be able to play a lethal One Ring, or a lethal Ballista next turn. I'm not even going to use the One Ring right now. I'm just going to pass. I can protect the Jace with my Pyrite Spellbomb if I want to. If they play like a Cathar Commando. No, nothing. Because next turn I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artifacts. So it's 15 mana off Academy Candelabra, 16 off City of Traders Candelabra, then 17, 18, 19, 24, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, I actually have enough mana to Ballista my opponent for 14 right now. Actually 15 with Dark Ritual. It might even be 16 with oh no, I can't play a different land. Let's see. 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. -2 to untap these two lands. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 32 mana. I can make a 16. I can make a Walking Ballista with 16 counters on it. Okay. So that kind of means that I'm just going to let them draw off Palantir. Oh, there goes my Jace. Because there's no... I think I'm just going to win here off of Walking Ballista. It looks pretty hard for that not to be the case. There's just no point in letting Nameless flip Emrakul plus something or Archon plus Kozilek. I don't know. It doesn't seem that likely to me, but... Oh, they couldn't even Palantir because of the One Ring. Amazing. That's really good. I have to check. Does my team have Reprieve? Yes, they do. Updraft Elemental has Reprieve because that's like the only thing that could really stop this whole Ballista train here. Let's go black. See what's up. Black. This is going to probably be the biggest non-infinite Ballista I've ever played, is my guess. Tap this for mana, tap this for mana. Candelabra, those two. Tap that for mana. So that's 21. That's 26. 27. 28. Is that 29? 28 mana. Let's... How much life can they gain at instant speed? I don't really think there's even a way for them to gain enough life to survive. Like, what life gain thing do you have? Can you gain 4 life? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's just do it. Let's go for the gusto. Can't get mana tithed here either. X equals 15. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. And it indeed does. We are 1-0. Oh, feels good to be Academying once again. Alrighty, time for round 2. Playing against Austin here on Oath of Druids, Reanimator, Through the Breach, Shallow Grave with Atraxa, Emrakul, Kozilek. So that could be tough. I do like the combo elements of my deck against that sort of thing. And, well, this hand has Academy, Bowmasters, and Time Spiral. 3 cards that actually all go really well together. I just need to draw more cheap artifacts. Candelabra is might be the best card for me to draw. Oh yeah, he's got Soul Ring too. I guess Mox Jet would actually have been better. Well, probably going to lose to Eternal and Soul Ring. We'll see. It'll kind of depend what the follow-up is. But, you know, if this is a turn 2 Atraxa or something like that, obviously that's... Yeah, Demonic Tutor's not sounding great for me. I guess... What's kind of interesting, because he has Oath of Druids in his deck, I might not want to run out the Bowmasters until the end of turn before I Time Spiral. Assuming, you know, I survive to get to that point, but if I do, then that could be pretty good. Does he have another play? Well, I guess playing a land and then looting an Atraxa away here is kind of my expectation. Gristlebrand and Atraxa. Yeah, he's kind of got it all. Soul Ring is going to get me good. If I draw Mox Jet, maybe I have a chance. Well, Talisman of Dominance isn't nothing. Let's just go Swamp Go, and if he Shallow Graves Gristlebrand, then I get to Bowmasters him. That could be good. Let's see. Shallow Grave. Goryo's Vengeance, sure. I'm actually going to let the Gristlebrand hit because I want the Bowmasters to kill him. So that is pretty nice. Yeah, you better have a removal spell. Okay, you go to 5 and then a bunch of Bowmaster triggers. Oh, you go to... Wait, hold on a second. 7 triggers. No, I guess I should just kill the Gristlebrand here. Because if I shoot him a bunch, he can just attack with Gristlebrand. I don't think I want that to happen. Because this is already going to be a pretty strong play next turn. Okay. And he can't really pay the life to draw more cards here. So those 7 cards better have been pretty good. Because I get to kill the Gristlebrand and end up with an 8/8 in play. I think that's better than shooting him. I don't think dealing 7 to him really works out. He's going to play Oath of Druids now, maybe. And then I attack for 9. But the thing is, this turn I get to go Talisman, Talisman, and then Time Spiral next turn, maybe? Oh, Pest Infestation, make 2 tokens. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm glad I didn't play any Talismans this turn. I'm definitely attacking with the Orc Army. I didn't take any damage either, which is nice. You can't discard any Eldrazi or he reshuffles. All right, discard Forest and Sensei's Top. All right. Hullbreacher, that's funny. I think here, though, is where I do run out the 2 Talismans. Fortunately, that means I can't play Lotus Field, but I think playing the 2 Talismans is still better because of Time Spiral next turn. And I don't really need to get a Hullbreacher into play because Hullbreacher doesn't do anything with the Bowmasters out. Or rather, Hullbreacher replaces the Bowmaster effect with the Hullbreacher. I'm already punishing him for card draw a fair amount. I'm hoping I'm not getting Emrakul this turn, because that would really be bad. Atroxa would be okay. Oh, is this Bone Shards? I mean, I guess that's the reason to have a Hullbreacher in play, but I do think playing these Talismans was pretty necessary. Oh. Wow, am I going to get Emrakul too? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't stop that. Yep. Turn 2 Griselbrand, or sorry, turn 3 Griselbrand, turn 4 Emrakul. I could beat the Griselbrand, but Emrakul's going to be tough. All right, let's play this. And I guess if I draw Moxjet this turn, I can play Hullbreacher, which would be nice, but I feel like he's got follow-up too. Life, yep. All right. Damn, he kind of had it all, and Soul Ring included. Well, that was a game where I needed to be on the play pretty badly. That would have given me a shot. I don't think I'm going to change too much. I mean, Dismember's not that good. I guess Teferi Time Raveler is okay. Yeah. I've got ways to cast this, and I will put in Aspar's Headquarters over an island. Don't think I want K-Command. I don't really have good red fixing is the problem. All right. I guess I just hope he doesn't turn 1 Soul Ring and Griselbrand into follow-up Emrakul. I could beat the Griselbrand too. All right. Game 2 on the play. I mean, I will keep. I don't know. Bowmasters is really good. And I even have a City of Traders, and I can cycle the Spara's Headquarters. I don't even think I'm going to play Spara's Headquarters on turn 1. I think I'm just going to play an island. So I can go Island, Swamp, Bowmasters, cycle Spara's Headquarters. And then hopefully draw Memory Jar or something like that. Would not mind any of those things. He gets to see the nice hand. Oh, that was a nice... That duress was a nice little stimulus. Let's see. Oh, and there's Moxjet. Well, I'm actually going to play the Moxjet, because now I'm just going to cycle the Spara's Headquarters, but... all right. That was a good start. I also kind of don't want to throw out Bowmasters against a potential Oath of Druids here. Mox Diamond, okay. Into Retrofitter, sure. Let's go ahead and cycle Spara's Headquarters. Oh, and there's Time Spiral? There's Sheoldred. This is amazing. I'm just... My hand somehow turned into turn 3 Sheoldred, turn 4 Time Spiral from that opening hand. It's fun. That's funny. Magic's a funny game. I mean, we'll see what he does this turn, but I guess I'm going to send with Sheoldred is probably my play here. Ooh, Mox Opal's a nice little free card. Block. And then just use it. So if I play City of Traders and I cast Time Spiral, he takes 14. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think that just casting Time Spiral here is probably worth it, as opposed to just playing a Bowmasters. Hopefully Sheoldred doesn't die. This might just be getting fetching a land, like a tap land or something, so you don't draw it. If Sheoldred dies here, that would be kind of annoying. Okay, did not untap. Oh, there, and then Ballista, I think, is a pretty good way to finish things off, because he's going to effectively, yeah. All right, well, our draw improved a little bit from our draw steps there. Still don't really want Dismember. Portable Hull, actually, maybe I'll put in a Plains as well, because one reason I like Portable Hull is he's got Oath of Druids in his deck and Retrofitter Foundry. Feels like having answers to those is kind of nice. What do I want to take out is the question. I mean, for the Plains, it's easy. I can just take out a Swamp. I have so many black sources. I keep drawing all island hands, but I still have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus Mox Opal, plus Lotus Field. Yeah, that is enough. Plus Coalition Relic, too. The question is what spell to take out. Honestly, it might be one of the talismans, and I guess at this point, the blue-green talisman is the worst one. All right. We'll try this. On the draw here, let's see how we do it. Game 3. Oh, well, this is a very quick time spiral. And I've got 3 draw 7 Punishers in my deck, so, and a probe to go find them, so let's do that. He mulliganed, which is nice. He does have Pest Infestation and Soul Ring in his deck. If he draws, well, Soul Ring by itself is a problem, but certainly the combination is unfortunate. All right, no Soul Ring, no Duress. Let's go get probe and see what's up. Oath of Druids and lands. Here I will play Spara's Headquarters, because if I draw Teferi, I'll be pretty happy about that. Now he's just going to play the Oath, because there's no reason not to, once I know about it. There's 3 lands in hand. Interesting. I mean, I can go City of Traders, Hullbreacher, then play a land. No, I don't have enough. Wait, I do have enough. If I play Swamp, I'll have 4, 5, 6. No, the Candelabra breaks even, so I think, because if I go, oh wait, no, I can play City, I can have Candelabra in play City of Traders, untap, end of turn play Hullbreacher, play a land. It's 4, 5, 6 Dark Ritual. Yeah, I think that's actually worth it. And then untap that. And then pass, because then he doesn't get to Oath. He has to draw a Duress this turn, or an instant speed way to get rid of Hullbreacher, or I get the whole Mind Twist plus Hullbreacher thing. I do give up on having Academy in play, and I'm losing my City of Traders. Oh, damn it. There we go. So I got that. I mean, it was a 1-turn window. If he didn't hit there, then I would have been able to set up the draw 7. Instead, I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna have to lose my City of Traders. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, I mean, I think there's just no real reason to do otherwise. I'm not playing Hullbreacher into Oath, and I've got to play lands, so that Duress got me good. Okay, he's doing nothing. If I draw Memory Jar or something, that could be good. Sheoldred's not doing a whole lot for me either. Portable Hull will also unlock all my creatures from Oath of Druids. Oof. We had a plan. We lost a City of Traders as a result, but that's okay. All right, he gets to top. If he tapped the top to draw, I could play Hullbreacher, but then he would get to Oath, which you can hit Emrakul, Gristlebrand, Atraxa. Like, that's not a great sequence of cards for me. I think I probably let him top there. Man, did not have very many outs there. That Duress got me good. Austin just has my number, I swear to God. What am I going to do next? I mean, I guess Memory Jar is the card I want to draw now, because looking at my deck... Oh, wait, hold on. So I could Hullbreacher this, but then I'm letting him Oath. I think I just have to let him Oath, or not let him Oath. I don't think it really makes sense to do otherwise. Inquisition, sure. It's all the same to me. Takes my flash. All right. Memory Jar? No. All right, let's just pass. There's no reason to play Mox Opal. All it does is get eaten by Pest Infestation here. I'm probably going to draw Worldspine Worm next now that he's duressed my flash, I assume. I'm not that far from casting Worldspine Worm. I wonder if one Talisman will do it. Because I can get green off Mox Opal plus Sparas plus untapping with Candelabra. And then, oh, I guess Inquisition wouldn't have even... No, Inquisition would have done it that turn, because then if I play Hullbreacher in response, I don't have Dark Ritual anymore. So I guess Inquisition also gets me. But yeah, I'm actually kind of close to casting World Spine. All right, let's play Talisman here. Because like now, next turn, let's say I drew World Spine Worm. I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12. I would have enough mana, I think. I think it costs like 11 or something. Memory Jar would also be a pretty awesome thing to draw. Portable Hole. Teferi would be nice too. Pyrite Spellbomb. I'm just going to crack this. Tap Academy and then crack the Spellbomb, I guess. In case I draw something good. Nope. Plains. Candelabra. Untap those two. Pass the turn. And losing now because he's got a top going. Not that he's managed to shuffle, so like that's not great for him. Like if I draw Jace, that would be sick. All right, there's top, sure. I don't know. It doesn't really seem like yeah, that's fine too. Atraxa. Okay. His hand is Bitter Reunion, Cut Down, Mana Crypt. Wow, he's Mana Crypt and Soul Ring. The sick part was, minus that duress, I would have won pretty easily this game. But instead, we're doing nothing for long enough that he was able to find Atraxa. Also, I mean, that was starting from a hand of Oath of Druids and all lands, but his hand from here has gotten a lot better than mine. So he's going to get Emrakul in hand, plus like Mana Crypt or top, plus Bitter Reunion Cut Down in a fetch land. I mean, that's not the end of the game, but it's definitely not nothing. Let's see. Emrakul, Swamp, Bitter Reunion, Cut Down, Sensors. I took Swamp. Interesting. All right, I'll take it. I'm at 11. You got your Atraxa. He's got him or something? No, he's got top. All right, Atraxa down. Memory Jar time? Nope. How about nothing time? Also, I think I've actually literally not drawn a non-mana source besides a Sheoldred and a Flash this game. Well, I guess I cycled the Spellbomb, but I've drawn like land, Mox, Talisman, Mox, which in some circumstances would have been nice to draw the fast mana, but obviously here it's turn 8 and I have done nothing. Even if I had a Sheoldred or a Hullbreacher, like I wouldn't have been able to do too much with them, though of course Sheoldred does finish games pretty quickly by itself. Bitter Reunion. At some point he's going to find the Pest Infestation. That's going to be pretty annoying because that's going to take a lot of mana away. Because right now, I could play both my creatures and Jar if I drew them. All right, yeah, we're dead. All right, well, that was a kind of dumb match, to be honest. But let's see. Oh, I would have been able to cast the Worm. But so it goes. We're 1-1, and let's see how the rest of the team's doing. All right, let's watch Game 3 of Sandy versus Updraft Elemental, since I'm going to be playing Sandy. Sandy ended up being blue-red. He took Fury, not Comet, because he, I think, took a blue card. We don't know which one, of course, but we'll see what happens. Updraft Elemental, my teammate down here, is on the draw, but had Gemstone Caverns exiling Island, so that's kind of nice. So remember, Updraft Elemental, we can take a look at their deck just in case here. This is an old draft, actually. Updraft is this deck. It's blue-white, Splash, Comet, and Fourth Earlingus with Urza, Gideon, Council's Judgment, Spell Pierce, Mana Tithe, Preordain. So it's a little bit more mid-rangey than aggro, a light artifact theme. Battling against Sandy's blue-red deck on Chart a Course, discard Island, not too bad. Let's see what Updraft has here. So didn't have Mana Leak or Spell Pierce most likely, because you would have probably countered the Chart a Course with one, or Mana Tithe or Spell Pierce rather. I think I said Mana Leak. You would have countered the Chart a Course with that if you could. Let's see, what 3-drop do we have? Is it something good? Kind of. Steel Seraph is okay. It's a 3-3 right now. It's a 3/3 flying lifelink here, but against blue-red, there's a lot of things that kill it at 3 toughness, and if Sandy has something like DAC or any artifact removal is fine. It's 1-for-1, but DAC, like a DAC steal, the Steel Seraph here would be devastating. Let's see what Sandy's follow-up is. Presumably got something. It's pretty hard after casting Chart a Course on 2 to not have a good play. Skull Clamp. Okay. Interesting. Maybe blue-red like tokens or something? Third Path Iconoclast, that sort of thing. Let's see. Steel Seraph gets lifelink now, I would assume. I mean, if you can hit for 3 and land it, that's not too bad. That's a nice little life swing, 6-point life swing. And land into Esper Sentinel. That's nice. Against blue-red, Esper Sentinel typically does some good work. Only 2 cards in hand. Updraft must have mulliganed this game. I guess you did Gemstone Caverns, but look, it's turn 4, and we have 6 cards, 7 cards. Oh, wow, we mulliganed really low here. I guess I can't see the game log, but having 9 cards on turn 4. 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, we mulligan to mull to 5 here then for Updraft, plus a Gemstone. Okay, Namesticker Goblin into Feywild Caretaker. Can we do something about that? That would be really nice, because otherwise this is going to give Sandy the initiative and a 1/1 flyer, which is going to make it pretty hard to get in. But we'll see. If Updraft has a counterspell, that would have been good. Maybe a removal spell. I don't know, there's not much removal you could have here. We were looking at this deck. I guess just didn't have the Remand or Reprieve in hand. Can't use Council Judgment. Wow, yeah. Updraft's hand must just not be very good here. Now we're equipping the Goblin, playing an island, and then making Fairy end of turn, and no plays. Okay, well, it's going to have to be a good one, or unfortunately we're going to be taking another match loss here. Austin's 2-0 right now. Though, I feel like that match got away from me, unfortunately. Always close. But I feel pretty good about being able to go 2-1 against Sandy. His cards so far have not seemed good against Sheoldred or Bowmasters or Hullbreacher. He does have Fury in his deck, but Sheoldred in particular is a huge problem for blue-red decks. Though it looks like Updraft is going to take another L here. Let's see what they've got. All right, Steel Seraph giving Esper Sentinel flying. You can take the initiative here. You get to attack with both, and you get to trade Esper Sentinel for the Fairy Dragon, take the initiative, play land number 5, but then you have to have a pretty nice little turn 5 play. It's turn 4 because of Gemstone Caverns, right. Pretty nice little turn 4 play here. Or the Namesticker Goblin plus Caretaker are just going to take initiative back, make another Fairy, and then you're kind of back where you started. But blocking the Esper Sentinel seems like it could be good value. If Sandy doesn't care about Esper Sentinel, especially with like that Skull Clamp, I could see him not blocking it. But, I mean, it's a kind of tempting trade. Steel Seraph, if it's uncontested, is good against taking the initiative, though. It's kind of like 2 flyers a turn. Okay, we got Island. All right, this is where we'd like to see a big play. Something meaty, something Urza-like. Yeah, like Urza would actually be a pretty solid one. It could block both attackers here. Skull Clamp plus fighting over the initiative is pretty nice, because if you've got Skull Clamp and you attack with this 3/1 Goblin that when it dies you draw 2 cards, like they kind of have to block, or you get the initiative, in which case you traded your Goblin and you draw 2. Like that's pretty awesome. So let's hope the follow-up here is something fairly strong, but Feywild Caretaker, not a bad card. Not a bad card at all. All right, no plays. Just pass the turn. Okay. I mean, life total-wise, Updraft's still doing okay, but I don't really like having no cards in hand and no plays. Though I can see why this match is taking so long. Both players are taking their time on decisions. This is their round 1. I finished both my rounds, to be clear. So we're getting hit for 6. No plays. Okay. I mean, you mull to 5. You don't have like the highest expectations, of course. But is Updraft's hand all lands? Maybe couldn't. So the thing is, like, you couldn't have Spell Pierce when Chart a Course got cast. Could have Spell Pierce now. Sandy has no plays either. Untap, no plays. Like, what? I have trouble imagining what's happening. Like, I guess the part that's a little tricky for me is, like, either you have all lands, which case you could just like pass the turn, or you have plays but you're not playing them. So like that's why it's hard for me to like parse what's going on exactly. Comet. All right, let's go. Sandy had the most ridiculous Comet game against me just like a week ago. Let's see Comet Stellar Pup really go off. No, is this a Mystic Confluence? All right, come on, please have a Mana Tithe. So sick. Okay, I like that. That's good. Mana Tithe, Comet. All right, let's see Comet go up to 6. I want to see a 6 there. What's happening? Are we targeting damage or are we returning something to hand? Because if we're returning something to hand, if we rolled a 3, then that's a disaster. That's the worst. It's almost always the worst thing to roll on Comet. 3 is -1 loyalty. Return a 2 mana or less card from your graveyard to your hand. All right, we hit the deal 5. So that kills the Feywild Caretaker. Yeah, and then you can attack with Steel Seraph with Vigilance. All right, chump. Okay. But Sandy has the initiative. We're going to get trapped down to 11. So then it becomes kind of interesting. Do you block the Namesticker Goblin when it attacks Comet? Because that's certainly what it's going to do. If you block, Sandy gets to draw 2 cards. It seems kind of bad. And it looks like Sandy's just going to cast Inferno Titan and not give you the option. Kill Steel Seraph, kill Comet. And that probably ends the game, barring something pretty good. But unfortunately, we know Updraft Elemental doesn't have like Fracture Identity in their deck, so this looks like that's about it. And we've got to beat this blue deck with Mystic Confluence. Inferno Titan's good. Skullclamp I'm not super worried about, given all the things in my deck that punish card draw. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I mean, I guess Updraft is still casting spells here, but... Oh, Balance. I mean, Balance is okay, but it's not actually even that good. It kills those 2. Updraft and Sandy both have 6 lands. Sandy discards a card, but then immediately just draws 2 off the Skullclamp. Still has the initiative, is going to draw another card, so... Yeah, this is not going to come very close. I guess Balance was a card you could have in hand last turn, and we're thinking, or like 2 turns ago, and we're thinking about whether to fire off the Balance, but yeah, so Skullclamp now goes on the stack. Sandy draws up to 3. He's going to drop to 5 and still has the initiative. Yeah, I don't think this is very close to a comeback here. So we go to 4 cards on upkeep, 5 cards on main phase, and then just... Bank Buster, and next turn we're going to hit Throne of the Dead 3. My guess is Sandy has some sort of reactive card here. Oh, there's Malcolm. Let's see. Does Sandy have a kill spell for that? Because otherwise we do get to steal the initiative here. That's not nothing. Okay. The last card being Malcolm was kind of nice. And you get to loot here? No, Sandy has... Oh, wow. Kind of crazy not to do it end of turn on Updraft's tapped out. If Updraft drew a counterspell this turn, this could have been such a beating. Okay. We have a expensive card. It's an Oliphant. And it's not even resolving. Oh, did Sandy first pick like a mana drain or something? Oh, getting dazed. It's okay. Sandy saw the Mystic Confluence mana tithe and raised it with the daze on Oliphant. Mana tithe my 5-drop? Well, I'm going to daze your 6-drop. All right, well, at least we get to see a bunch of cards in Sandy's deck, because he's going to the Throne of the Dead 3 now. And we get to see Memory Lapse, Trumpeting Carnosaur, Gut, Bloodthirsty Adversary, Chrome Host Seed Shark. Puts Carnosaur into Seed Shark after putting them on the bottom, because he discovers. And... yeah, Memory Lapse. Yeah, Sandy just drafted blue, which is kind of funny because I tried to cut some white, ended up cutting blue from him unintentionally. His deck looks pretty good, but I kind of like where I'm at. I guess Unholy Heat is a little bit annoying, but for the most part, I feel like I have some good threats he's going to have a hard time dealing with. And his deck doesn't seem overly fast, which is nice. And I don't see any artifact removal, which is also nice. So there we go. Let's battle the dog. All right, time for round 3, playing against Sandy Dog. Oh, I actually do think this hand's okay. His deck looked like Sai would be pretty good against it, and getting to go Sai into Spellbomb, make a blocker, and then follow up with maybe a Time Spiral sounds pretty good. Like, Obviously, Sandy can like daze or memory lapse the Psy itself, but I feel like once it's in play, a 1/4 is pretty hard to deal with. Let's just get a Mox. Oh, Sheoldred's not bad. Play the Tar Pit, of course, turn 1. Turn 2, probably just Watery Grave. Oh, Library, but he mulligans, so he's going to have to wait on that. Oh, interesting. I'm not ready to play City of Traders yet. I could go to City of Traders Psy, but that seems like not the ideal plan. All right, so Sandy's going to wait here. So now to get this library going. So now I'm going to play City of Traders and Sheoldred. And either he dazes it, which case so be it, and then he can't library, but he has to play a card, or he gets to library into a Sheoldred, which I'm also okay with. Like if he wants to pay 1,000,000 life, and then my follow-up here is still pretty good, because my follow-up is probably, he's going to memory lapse it. It's going to have the same problem next turn. So he might have to just play his cards now. Yeah, that was kind of the idea. I'm going to go Psy here. Land, City Traders goes away, but I play Talisman. And now if he wants to kill the Psy or counter the Talisman, it's fine. But I didn't really want to get memory lapsed, or sorry, dazed. And I could have played the land before playing Sheoldred. Like floated the mana off City of Traders, played my island, so it didn't get dazed. But this seemed like a pretty good turn that was hard for Sandy to really get out of with one card. Like a Brazen Borrower or something like that. I made my land drop. City of Traders did its work. It tapped for 2 mana twice. It was like a kind of double Lotus Petal. And now Sandy, maybe he's going to go Bolt Fury or something. Oh, it's just Flame Slash the Psy. Oh, okay, that's a pretty effective way to go about it. Let's play... Man, not drawing a land here. Hold on. I'm going to draw a card here. I kind of feel like Daze is maybe on the horizon. I don't know. I just didn't really want to tap out for Sheoldred. It feels like Sandy has a counter. And I would have really liked to draw a land there, because with Time Spiral in hand, missing and the One Ring, missing a land drop is pretty annoying. But I also, this way I get to leave up Dismember. He's not really making forward progress. If he wants to pitch cast a Fury, I don't really mind too much. Okay, I still would like land. Academy would obviously be the best. Hullbreacher is also pretty good. Let's just sit on that for now, because I don't really know what's going on over there. But I feel like I don't really need to tap out. In fact, I probably won't even play Hullbreacher. I think I'll probably just pump Ballista if nothing keeps happening. It just feels like Sandy's got a counterspell. So Char on Ballista. Okay, I guess I just let that resolve, because he takes 2 that way. It's going to pass the turn again. Okay, draw, land. Let's just attack for 2. Now I'll play the Sheoldred, because I can't get dazed anymore. I am kind of playing into Mystic Confluence is kind of one thing that is happening here. Does Sandy have like a mana drain or something? No? All right, here's Sheoldred. What is going on over there? What's going on over there, Doug Airto? Well, he was probably wondering why I haven't played Sheoldred for so long. But here we are. Oh, Metamorph? That is not going to work out well. I'm actually going to wait to upkeep it because of Daze. Because I feel like I'm beating Daze pretty badly. In fact, this is just lethal now. I just get to attack for 9. All right, well, what a weird game, but it seems like Sandy didn't have too much. I do think this matchup's pretty good for me, though. Do I want... I mean, Teferi... I like Teferi in general. I don't know that I even need the planes, to be honest. And is there something I don't want here? I again could take out one of the talismans. Talismans are okay. I don't want to take out Dark Ritual or Imperial Seal or any of my lands. Yeah, I'll take out the blue-green talisman again. I think that's fine. All right, time for game number 2. Let's see what we got. We did get to have one really good Academy game playing a X equals 15 walking ballista, so I am pretty happy about that one. Would be nice to get like some kind of Mox Dark Ritual. Like this deck could turn one Sheoldred technically. Or, I mean, the hand against Austin was that hand. It was turn 2 Hullbreacher, turn 3 Time Spiral. But, you know, things didn't quite work out that way. Well, I got the Dark Ritual. What is this hand? No, this hand looks fine. Teferi, I think, is pretty good against Sandy, just playing blue. And it's got, like, not the fastest deck. And then Sai also is a card I think is going to be pretty good here. The Ritual and the City of Traders, we'll find time for those. I mean, this hand would benefit greatly from drawing a cheap artifact or two. So we'll see where we go there. Oh, Library of Alexandria. Yeah, I mean that is a card. Ooh, interesting. Let's just go play the Rafine's Tower. I don't think it makes that much sense to play the City Trader's Signet on turn, or Talisman on turn 1. So Sandy's going to library and then draw and play his land. A Mox would be something though. Turn 2 Teferi would be spicy. Island. So now, I mean, I can ritual out a turn 2 Teferi. I just don't know that does that much for me. I think I'm going to play the Talisman. I know it makes it so Sai makes one less artifact, but I feel like not using my mana this turn isn't worth it. It's like I'm sacking an Ornithopter for 2 mana, which I think is decent. Next turn, Sandy's going to go land and pass because he's got library up. But then this lets me play around Daze by going land to Teferi with Daze mana up. And then I just have to draw, well, obviously a draw 7 would be interesting. I wouldn't mind, any of the card draw punishers would be very good here. If I could draw one of those. Let's just go Swamp to Teferi here. And see what Sandy does. Probably library in response to see if he can draw something. Yeah. And then maybe memory lapse it. If he's got memory lapse, he's got to use it. Okay. Oh, counterspell. Wow. All right. He's counterspell and memory lapse. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So far, I've drawn really badly. I did draw the Talisman, I guess, but I've drawn Watery Grave, Lotus Field, like Island. So, or some combination like that, I guess. I guess just 2 of those. I already had the Watery Grave. So yeah, I am getting worked pretty hard by library in that case. We're tapping the library and leaving an island up. Oh, it's because we're playing Name Sticker Goblin. Don't hit the highest mana. This gets either 4, 5, or 6 red mana. I hope that doesn't open up some kind of play. That would be annoying. Inferno Titan, he basically was 2/3 to get to play an Inferno Titan this turn. All right. Well, library at least is done, but now I'm also kind of done because I need to draw a good spell this turn. Not so much. Let's go City of Traders, Sai, Talisman, and then I'm going to sack. The Thopter token's probably going to get hit by Inferno Titan, and I'm going to sack it plus a Talisman, probably the white-blue Talisman or white-green Talisman, to draw a card. Because I need to find something Arapi, though. Yeah, all right. I mean, I'm pretty dead here, but I could always have some really ridiculous time spiral, so I guess there's no need to scoop him up right away. Let's sack Thopter in this to draw. Oh, the One Ring. Okay, so I'm going to take 11 this turn, going down to 6. The One Ring still buys me some time. Oh, I can play Lotus Field and stack City of Traders and Lotus Field, so I sack the City of Traders to the Lotus Field. Amazing. Okay, okay. Oh, and there's Time Spiral. Huh. Why don't I go like this first? So let's put City of Traders on the stack, Lotus Field. I'm going to sack City of Traders and Island. The City of Traders is already gone. I cast the One Ring. And I'm just going to draw it now in case I draw something to play. Did not. Sandy's going to take his turn. This is going to be kind of an amazing sequence if I can get there. What I really need, I might have to, yeah, what I'm probably going to do is use the One Ring before time spiraling. Oh wow, Sandy's got a cool play here too. He gets to attack with Inferno Titan and kill his own name sticker goblin, and then draw 2 cards if he wants. Good play from Sandy, good play. Boom, take that name sticker goblin. Sandy actually could have even gone deeper if he wanted to. I think this would have been the right play. 1 to name sticker goblin, 2 to Fury. That way, if you want, you can then clamp Fury to draw 2. I'm not saying you would necessarily do that, but it gives you the option to, which is nice. I clearly can't beat a counterspell at this point, so is this a Feywild Caretaker or something? Yeah, that's fine. All right, so I'm gonna ring before spiraling because I need to find Hullbreacher or Bowmasters before it. I don't think I can afford Sheoldred. No, I'm gonna be 1 short of Sheoldred next turn. All right, let's do it. I mean, this would be an insane comeback. All right, lose my life, go to 5. It doesn't matter. Does it matter if I even go to 3? Not really. I think just looking... Well, let's just tap this to draw first. I could also draw Academy here and do some stuff. Probe. No, let's just pay the life to probe. Doesn't have anything right yet. No, I didn't draw anything either. I think it's worth playing Pyrite. Just because I get another card draw, but I'm pretty dead now. I have to go land, ritual. I could have not played the land, but I don't think, in case I drew Academy, I don't know. I guess that's possibly a play. Oh, okay, I get to keep going. I floated a white, so now I can play Teferi Time Raveler and bounce the One Ring. And let's see. We're not out of this yet. Oh, there's the Academy for next turn. So, hold on, I can play Talisman. Oh, I guess this... No, I can't get Dazed either because I have a Teferi in play. Play the One Ring. And let's just pass. I don't really need to draw right now. Okay. I don't really know what I can do to beat Sandy here, but I can try. Next turn I'm going to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. I mean, Sheoldred plus Memory Jar... Sheoldred plus Memory Jar at the very least does a lot of damage to Sandy, and I gain 4 life, so I feel like it's not that bad for me. I mean, I guess I should just tap the One Ring so I can F6 here as soon as I get priority, because I am going to draw a card. All right, there's Imperial Seal. That doesn't do anything for me because the One Ring is going to make me lose a life. Okay, he's going to attack and nug to Fairy, I guess. Yep. I don't take any damage. Then next turn, he's going to get to clamp the Fairy Dragon. The problem here is, even if I were to find the cards that could get me out of this, I'm sure Sandy has found Memory Lapse by now, or Counterspell, or Daze, or Mystic Confluence, and like, maybe Daze doesn't do it. All the rest of them, one of those is certainly going to be enough. I'm like way too far behind here. And my Time Spiral's even already gone. I mean, if he's clamping, it means he at least doesn't have Mystic Confluence, so that part's nice. All right, well, let's see what we got. We go to 2 here. I mean, Memory Jar Hullbreacher might be enough to do it too. There's an island. Let's draw 2. There's Bowmasters. That's not it. That's not it at all. I'm just going to go Jason Brainstorm here. I can't really conceive of how that would get me out of this, but what can you do? But they're paying me by the turn here, so let's cast Jace, let's Brainstorm, and let's go to the next game. All right. Yeah, I mean, got libraried kind of hard there, but That happens. Oh, I should definitely put in Spar's headquarters over Island. Oops. All right, well, let's get back in there. Now that we have our Spara's headquarters. All right, make or break. This is round 3, game 3 on the play. Will we go 2-1 and have a record we're pretty happy with? Or 1-2 and 1 I'm very unhappy with? This looks good. This looks like a winning record. This is a turn 2 Jace if I want to. So to do turn 2 Jace, though, I have to lose the City of Traders. And honestly, the City of Traders Lotus Field combo is one I like enough that I don't think I'm going to do that, especially against someone who's got Daze in their deck. Now, if Sandy plays a turn 1 library, I'm going to be a little sad I didn't go for it, but I kind of feel like it's so powerful to go City of Traders, get to use the 2 mana that turn, and then next turn play Lotus Field and get to sack the City of Traders to the Lotus Field. Seems like that sets me up for victory. I don't need to go all in on a turn 2 Jace that if he counters it, I basically lose. So, because this way I get to go turn 2 City of Traders, Talisman, Ballista, turn 3 Jace plus Lotus Field. I think that's pretty good. We'll see if it's good enough. Let's see what Sandy leads with. Is it library? The longer it goes, the less likely it is, because if you just have library, you just play library. If it's not, he's got to play a different land. Yes, okay, that's not a library, though he does have a 1-drop. Ponder? Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Ponder's good, but it's not the end of the world. It doesn't put something on the board, which is what I was kind of worried about. So I guess blue doesn't put much on the board for 1 blue mana either. Oh, Dismember is not terrible. Talisman. Walking Ballista. Does Sandy have Daze? Kind of feels like it. Kind of feels like it. You wouldn't Daze Ballista, though. So I'm going to have to play Jason to Daze, though. That I don't have a choice about. Because I have to play the Lotus Field this turn. And now Memory Lapse also does it. But I can't play Teferi until I play Lotus Field. I don't think it makes sense to do anything but just play Jace here. Let Sandy counter it the way he wants to counter it. And then my follow-up is going to be Teferi and Academy and Dismember. I've got some other gassy cards in the deck too. So I'm just going to see how this works. I just think it's too much mana to waste. I guess I could have pumped Ballista, but yeah. Oh, he's Daze returning, not hard casting. Interesting. Oh, maybe he wants the Ponder card. I don't know. Sack. Watery Grave, City of Traders. Lotus Field doesn't get sacked. All right. I actually don't mind that too much. I'm glad I didn't go for turn 2 Jace. Because he did get set back a land. And Dismember, I think, is pretty solid against Sandy in general. And then now I get to play a Teferi. Do I want to play it with Academy? How much mana do I have for? 6 mana. I kind of don't want to play with Academy. I don't really care if I take a point of damage. I just really don't want Sandy to know I have Academy coming. Let's go to Teferi. And now if he memory lapses, that's fine too. Memory lapse, I really don't mind. I'll just play Teferi next turn. And I have Dismember up if I need it. And I can start pumping Ballista at some point. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Next turn I get to pump Ballista as well. Chrome Host Seed Shark. Well, that I can Dismember. So that works out nicely. Okay. And let's go now. Now I'm going to play the Academy because I'm going to pump Ballista after this. Because I'm just going to +1 the Teferi. I don't really think there's much of a reason to bounce anything. Let's put a counter on that. All right. I mean, I'm down to no cards, but I traded 3 cards for Sandy's 3 cards. I traded Jace, Dismember, and my draw step for Memory Lapse, Chrome Host Seed Shark, and Daze. He's down to land. I have a lot more mana than him. I have 8 mana, 7 mana right now. 7 mana is pretty good. If he plays the Namesticker Goblin, I think I can kill it with Walking Ballista and then the ability won't do anything. The question is, do I want to kill it with Walking Ballista? Because Walking Ballista with this much mana in play is pretty nice. He might not give me a choice, though. It looks like this might be a burn spell of some kind, maybe. He's got 5 cards in hand. That's the part I don't like. Can I just get Time Spiral? Is that too much to ask for? We'll see. The Jace, I guess, was just not coming down. Pitchcast Fury. Discarding Char. Okay. So we're going to do like 2 to Ballista, 2 to Teferi, and then finish the Teferi off. It's like a 3 for 2. Sure. I assume that's kind of what's going on. All right. Sure, I'll nug you, I guess. Doesn't really seem like a reason not to. All right. And then we're going to kill Teferi. Oh, we're bloodthirsty adversarying and attacking Teferi down to 1. Okay, Sandy's got 2 cards. He's got a 2/2 in play. That's not that bad. Let's draw. All right. Oh, that only taps for blue. Yeah, I can't tap the thing, and I don't really... Oh, hold on. Actually... 3... I really don't want to draw Time Spiral and not be able to play it here, so let's just do it this way. Candelabra, huh? All right. Well, I think I can keep that in my hand. No, I'll just play it. I don't really care if Sandy kills it. All right, I have 1,000,000 mana now. If I don't draw any spells, then I'm going to lose. If I draw some spells, then I probably will win, because right now I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Okay, let's just pass the turn. If Sandy hits his 5th land, he could have Mystic Confluence up, and that could be bad. Where did he pitch the Fury again? Oh yeah, Char. Let's see what this is. Metamorph the Bloodthirsty Adversary. Wow, okay. Oh no, we're making a talisman. Oh, he does have Mystic Confluence in hand. All right, action, come on. Here it is. Here's where I need the action. I guess I'm just going to lose, huh? Damn. I have not... I think the Dismember is actually the... Dismember and Candelabra are the only spells I've drawn so far. Like, I did have Jace... I had Jace Teferi Ballista in my opener. All right, well... At least he drew a land after, which I guess probably didn't help that much if he cloned a talisman. Unless he was trying to get to 6 mana. In which case it did help. Oh, this is a Feywild Caretaker? Or, nope, Inferno Titan. All right, well... It's now or never, huh? So he drew the 6 land looking for the... Because he had the 6 drop. Could I cast this? I mean, it doesn't matter because I'm still going to die, but I think I can actually cast this. I have 1,000,000 mana. I'm going to cast this worm. That's the sick part. If I had drawn this a turn earlier, I would have actually... Well, it wouldn't have still won. He would have hit me... No, he would have hit me down to 4. Couldn't attack with the Bloodthirsty, but then I couldn't attack back with the worm. All right, boom. That was a disappointing 1-2. It really was. But, yeah, so it goes sometimes. All right, let's catch the end of this Talisker Sandy match because... Talisker's 2-0 playing for 3-0. I'm 1-2. Zurg Tobias went 2-1. And I don't think Updraft's winning a match. So if Talisker wins, we eke out a tie. And I'm hoping that's the case. Talisker is on top here. 2-0 with that Jeskai Time Walk deck. Or more like Red-White Aggro Splash Time Walk. And Flametongue took out Feywild Caretaker, it looks like. Now Flametongue and this human token. Where's this human token from? Huh. I don't know. That's wild. This human token is going... Oh, it's from Adeline that got bounced to Talisker's hand, I believe. This is going to take the initiative. So now Talisker's got the initiative. Sandy is deep in the stash, which means that Fairy, Dragon, plus Brazen Borrower are going to get to go to the Catacombs next turn, most likely. But if Talisker can cast a cheeky little Time Walk here, things are going to go pretty nicely for our squad. Let's see what Talisker's got. Finishing Scrying 2. Didn't equip Glimmerlands. That's a really good sign. So not equipping Glimmerlands on like the human token means that Talisker doesn't want to effectively pay 2 to draw a card, which is good. I mean, if he's got better plays than 2 mana draw a card for free, that's usually something I'm looking forward to seeing because drawing a card there would have been pretty good. It's usually pretty good. It's like having a clue token that only lasts this turn. How often are you going to crack it? You're going to crack it a pretty good amount of the time when you have 6 mana in play. So this hits Sandy down to 10. So life total wise, Talisker is doing pretty good, though Catacombs making a 4/1 does make it a little harder to take the initiative back the turn after. I just think Talisker is going to play a couple spells here, and that's going to be pretty good. All right, we're starting with Firebolt on the Fairy Dragon token. Okay, the Brazen Borrower is still coming down, but Firebolt, the 1/1 flyer, is a good start, especially since it means next turn the Firebolt can be flashed back to kill the 4/1 skeleton or the Brazen Borrower, depending on what Talisker needs to do. And after this Firebolt, let's see what else we got. I know Talisker has Adeline in hand, and I'm hoping another play as well. What I'm really hoping for is Time Walk. But I'll take Adeline plus a 2-drop. I guess if you don't have anything else, you do equip the Glimmer Lens, but it feels like a pretty good chance you'd have wanted to do that before. Oh, 5 mana. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Okay. That's not bad. And then you +1 it to draw a card. And then if Sandy wants to take the initiative, he's got to play Brazen Borrower and attack Talisker, not attack Teferi. So that looks pretty good. I want to take a look at what Talisker's got in deck. Remember, this is Talisker's deck. So instants, not a whole lot. No instant interaction. I mean, Wandering Emperor is 4 mana. That doesn't really count. I was looking for a 2 mana play, but hasn't drawn Time Walk yet and just got to Scry 2. So it seems like a pretty good chance that Talisker might end up getting a nice Time Walk turn next turn. This is going to be a big turn for Sandy. He's got Brazen Borrower here. He's going to get to take the initiative. Well, starting with Consider is fair. Hopefully we see something milled. And then it forces you to leave Teferi alone. The problem for Sandy is, yes, he gets a 4/1, and he left the card on top. I don't love that. But Talisker has Firebolt plus Teferi minus to kill 2 creatures, basically. So Firebolt the Brazen Borrower, and then Teferi minus on the skeleton. This looks like it's attacking Talisker. Yeah, take the initiative, make a 4/1. Sandy's already used Mystic Confluence, but still has Inferno Titan in deck, which would be tough. Has already used Bloodthirsty Adversary. We're stomping the Flame Tongue and then playing a Bone Crusher, most likely. Okay. All right. So now, at the very least, Talisker has minus Teferi on Bone Crusher, flashback Firebolt on Skeleton attack, take the initiative, and get a stash token. But that's a lot less strong than before. I'm hoping that we can do better than flashing Firebolt back here. I guess we kind of can. Teferi tuck the Bone Crusher, play Adeline, attack with the token plus the token Adeline makes, guarantees you get the initiative back. Leave Sandy with a skeleton in play, but you get a treasure token, so maybe you can then either cast Firebolt or do something hopefully better. We'll see. This being a 4/1 is nice in this case. It doesn't block the 1/1 tokens all that well. Okay, here comes Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. Here comes attack, make a token. Sandy at this point probably just takes it because the skeleton's a much better attacker than it is defender. I mean, obviously Time Walk would break this game wide open, but even without it, it's going to be a close game. This is a good game because Sandy's only got 1 card, and it's weaker than casting Bone Crusher Giant because that's what he did last turn. But if Sandy hits next turn and becomes the controller of the initiative, he gets Throne of the Dead 3, which... yeah, I mean, that's not unbeatable, but like there's a pretty good chance he hits a 9/9 hexproof Inferno Titan off of that. So, you don't really want to see that. Time Walk wins the game on the spot. Like it is just actually, I think, pretty much just lethal. I mean, I guess it's not literally lethal, but it's gonna be a lot of damage. Arc Trail would also be a pretty disgusting card to have here. Though I guess if Talisker had an Arc Trail, I probably would have cast it before attacking. He gets a treasure token, has 4 mana, 3 cards in hand. This is going to be Good. You got to have a way to deal with Brazen Borrower or Skeleton if you don't want to stop the initiative. It looks like Brazen Borrower is going to get a hit in here. Yep, that's Talisker's last card. All right, we're going to have to try to beat Throne of the Dead 3. It's not going to be easy. Could attack with Skeleton token too to force a block. Though once you're getting hit by Brazen Borrower, getting hit by Skeleton is not the end of the world. It's actually pretty reasonable for Talisker just to take 7 here. In fact, Sandy might not attack with the Skeleton because you really need to leave a blocker back for Adeline. Adeline's pretty threatening. All right, Sandy has assuming Inferno Titan's not in his hand, he's got a 10. He gets to look at 10 cards. There's 24 cards left, and Inferno Titan is among them. That gives a 41% chance of hitting it, according to my hypergeometric calculator. All right, let's do it. Here's the revealed zone. All right. Throne of the Dead 3. There's no Inferno Titan there. There's a Namesticker Goblin, a Phyrexian Metamorph, and Bone Crusher, Chrome Host Seed Shark. I mean, those are okay, but those are not Inferno Titan. And Unholy Heat, Char, Flame Slash are also going to the bottom. So that's a pretty big game. If Sandy didn't draw a spell, then the Seed Shark is not that good. Bone Crusher's not that good. Namesticker's not that good. So I guess he could metamorph the Adeline. I mean, the Seed Shark's probably the best one because it's a flyer. But now Talisker has a lethal Adeline just about. I mean, especially with Firebolt. So actually, if Sandy doesn't have anything in hand, if he doesn't have like an actual card to play, flashback Firebolt targeting Skeleton, give Adeline Pro whatever color creature Sandy gets off throne, attack with everything. You can block the Goblin and you take 9. That's what it looks like. This looks like lethal for Talisker. If you can navigate through it, let's find out. All right, Sandy got Chrome Host Seed Shark, but had no play afterwards. Now Fable gets to trigger, and Talisker didn't discard the card he drew. I like that. So he probably drew Island off the Teferi. Oh, Intrepid Adversary. Oh yeah, that's a way to do it for sure. Because now, this is actually great because now everything's lethal. You don't need to use Mother of Runes. You can actually get away with not using Mother of Runes at all or attacking with it because you attack with these and then Mother of Runes protects Intrepid Adversary. And then you can attack with the Goblin too, yeah, and then you get another token that's a 4/4. Sick. All right, here comes another 4/4. Block Goblin, block Adeline, take 12. Mother of Runes protects the adversary. That's definitely a better way to do it than firebolting. And, there's not that many ways that, or not many games where you see someone beating Throne of the Dead 3 once someone goes all the way down the initiative dungeon, but all the way in the Undercity. But this looks like it. Barring, if Sandy had a removal for adversary, then Mother of Runes gets tapped, and it makes a token, and then you block, you still die. Sandy has to have 2 cards in hand, be able to cast both, and make a Chrome Host Seed Shark. So Talisker wins this game, and that puts us a lot closer to winning or tying the draft. All right, so Updraft stole a game, which was nice. They ended up 1-2. I went 1-2. Zorg went 2-1, and Talisker battling at Sandy for the 3-0. If Talisker wins, we win. If Talisker loses, we tie. But I've got to wrap this up because my overlord and boss, Marshall Sutcliffe, has demanded that we start recording. So we'll find the thrilling conclusion at some other point. Maybe I'll put it in the comments of the video. I'm really disappointed to go 1-2 with this deck. This deck is awesome. It's got Flash Worm. It's got Time Spiral Jar, One Ring with Sheoldred, Hullbreacher Bowmasters. It actually is a decent Academy deck too. Every time I drew Academy, it was fine. It was ranged from generating a lot of mana to getting 1 or 2, which is totally fine. I just think the deck kind of just ran into bad draws. I don't know. It didn't seem like this deck has any big flaws, and I would expect a pretty good record with it most of the time. But so it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles. And you know what? I appreciate you watching and hanging out as I once again tried to get the ultimate Hullbreacher deck going. Well, 1 and 2 with this, all that means, gotta draft another deck and try again. So, tomorrow there will be another cube draft ready for your consumption. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Another day, another cube. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.